Hey, this is Jeremy with my CareerTech, here with another online course for your CareerTech classroom, and today's video covers the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics cluster and its career pathways. This is one of the many career clusters available in CareerTech classes nationwide and recognized by Advanced CTE, a national nonprofit representing state CareerTech education directors and leaders. Let's get started. CareerTech education is now being taught in 98% of school districts across the United States. Its mission is to provide students with the academic and technical skills, knowledge, and training necessary to succeed in their future careers. It also aims to help combat the growing skilled labor shortage. In total, about 12.5 million high school and college students are enrolled annually in CareerTech education across the nation, preparing to become college and career ready. CareerTech education is organized into groups called career clusters. These clusters serve as an organizing tool used to group similar industries and related skill sets together. This categorization makes it easier to explore different kinds of careers because they're related by skills or products. Within each cluster is a set of career pathways. Pathways are groups of related career specialties or occupations that share common skills, knowledge, and interests. The intention of pathways is to give students a mixture of classroom learning and hands-on instruction to prepare them for a chosen career. They also help individuals learn about the education, knowledge, skills, and abilities needed to pursue and obtain a career within that pathway. There are also CareerTech student organizations called CTSOs available for students to join. Becoming a member of a CTSO helps to further enhance learning about careers and the skills needed to be successful. These organizations offer activities, programs, and competitive events. They also give students opportunities to hold leadership positions at the local, state, and national level, and allow them to network with other students as well as business and industry partners. As students continue their education through a pathway, many schools offer work-based learning assignments. Work-based learning helps students gain work experience in their pathway of interest through internships, apprenticeships, or job shadowing with a local business partner. Many of these roles can earn class credit and some can be paid. If you have educators that manage work-based learning at your school or in your district, they can help you coordinate these on-the-job experiences. So now that we've given an overview of CareerTech education as a whole, let's discuss the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics career cluster. This educational area is dedicated to teaching students about the professional opportunities available that focus on moving people or products by road, air, rail, or water. Each year, over 135,000 high school students take classes in the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics cluster, preparing them for careers in the planning, management, and movement of people, materials, and goods by road, pipeline, air, rail, and water, and related professional support services such as transportation infrastructure planning and management, logistics services, mobile equipment, and facility maintenance. Occupations can vary greatly in this cluster, and because of this, there is a wide range of both educational requirements and work environments. The education and training required to qualify for one of these careers could be as little as a high school diploma to years of higher education. Some jobs also need additional certification, registration, or licensure before the job begins and as the job progresses. A work environment is the physical location of the job and includes the conditions that one works under at the job. An example is inside of an office versus outside in the elements. It's also the amount of social interaction that takes place, such as consistently working alone or constantly collaborating with others. Due to the nature of the occupations in this cluster, work environments range in a variety of ways. As different as many of the careers may be in this field, most fall into the following career pathways in the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics career cluster: facility and mobile equipment maintenance, health, safety, and environmental management, logistics, planning and management services, sales and service, transportation operations, transportation systems, infrastructure planning, management and regulation, and lastly, warehousing and distribution center operations. We'll briefly explore each of the 7 pathways in the transportation, distribution, and logistics cluster and provide some of the occupations within each one. If you find any of the pathways or occupations in the pathway especially interesting, look into taking a class or concentrating in that specific pathway. As you gain knowledge and exposure to the occupation, you can decide if this is a career that you'd like to pursue further. The first career pathway that we'll discuss is the facility and mobile equipment maintenance pathway. It includes occupations involved in maintenance, repair, and servicing of vehicles and transportation facilities, as well as the refueling of the mobile equipment. Sample occupations from this pathway include industrial equipment mechanics, mobile equipment maintenance managers, power plant mechanics, rail car repairers, and automotive service technicians and mechanics. The second pathway is the health, safety, and environmental management pathway. It includes occupations that assess and manage risks associated with safety and environmental issues to ensure that our environment is safer and cleaner. Some common occupations in this pathway include safety analysts, environmental compliance inspectors, health and safety managers, environmental managers and engineers, and industrial health and safety engineers. The logistics, planning, and management services pathway is the third pathway. It includes workers involved in the planning, management, and control of the physical distribution of materials, products, and people, ensuring that cargo arrives at the right location, on time, and in the safest, most economical manner. This pathway includes careers such as logisticians, logistics specialists, logistics managers, logistics engineers, and international logistics specialists. The fourth pathway is the sales and service pathway. It includes occupations that market and sell transportation services to new customers, as well as the management of existing customer relationships and customer services. This pathway includes a variety of careers, including things like cashiers, cargo and freight agents, marketing managers, reservation, travel, and transportation agents, and sales managers. The fifth pathway is the transportation operations pathway. It includes occupations that drive or pilot the vehicles that transport people and freight. This pathway also includes the support people who ensure that any cargo transport is safe, secure, and on time. Common careers in the transportation operations pathway include commercial pilots, rail dispatchers, ship and boat captains, truck drivers, and subway and streetcar operators. The sixth pathway is the management and regulation pathway. It includes occupations that are typically employed by the federal, state, and local transportation agencies and deal with all aspects of the design and operation of our public transportation systems: road, air, sea, and rail. The management and regulation pathway includes occupations such as urban and regional planners, inspectors, air traffic controllers, railroad inspectors, and marine cargo inspectors. And the seventh and final pathway is the warehousing and distribution center operations pathway. It includes occupations focused on the operation of transportation and distribution facilities, including ports, terminals, warehouses, and other types of facilities. Some occupations in this pathway include car, truck, and ship loaders, warehouse managers, industrial and packaging engineers, laborers and freight, stock, and material movers, and first-line supervisors. We've discussed CareerTech education and specifics about the transportation, distribution, and logistics cluster, its pathways, and some corresponding occupations. Next, let's talk about some of the proactive steps that you can start taking now to make sure you and your chosen profession or trade are a good match. There are two main ways to do this. The first is looking inward at your personality, including your interests, skills, and goals. The second is looking outward at the profession by researching the industry and discovering what kind of opportunities there are available. Let's take a closer look at each of these. From a personality perspective, it's important to spend time thinking about yourself and defining the things that you enjoy or desire, personally as well as professionally. The best way to do this is to ask yourself a series of questions. First, what is your personality? What hobbies do you have? Are you a leader or a follower? Do you prefer to work in a group or on your own? Do you like being indoors or outdoors? Would you rather have structure and routine or the freedom to work on your own schedule? Do you enjoy learning? What level of education or training do you want to pursue? To find out more about your personality, a good option is to take a personality test at sites like Truity.com or Myers-Briggs.org. These can help you understand your personality traits as well as think through what is important to you as you consider an occupation or career. Next, what are your interests? Is there a particular industry that you find interesting? Do you prefer being with people or alone at your computer? Are you interested in work-life balance? Does your motivation come from earning as much money as possible? Additional questions to ask yourself are about living preferences. Where do you want to live? Do you prefer an urban or rural lifestyle? Are you open to moving to find the job that fits your goals, or do you want to stay in your hometown and find a job there? And finally, the last set of questions pertain to your skills. What hard skills or job-specific skills have you attained through your CareerTech education or past work experience? What soft skills or employability skills do you possess? These are things like teamwork, communication, problem solving, and organization that are highly sought after by employers. Once you look inward and understand more about your personality and interests, it's time to look outward and define the types of opportunities that exist that would put you in the best position for success. Start by researching the industries that have careers that align with the cluster, pathway, and occupations that you're interested in. Read industry articles that detail the size and potential growth of the industry, as well as any trends that point towards future growth or decline. This will help you determine if this is the industry that you want to make a career in. When possible, speak with individuals in your community that are currently working in the industry or occupation that interests you. They'll be able to give personal knowledge and insight. Ask them questions, such as what they like best about their position, and if there is anything they dislike. Ask them about their typical day. What advice would they give you at this stage in your life? And if they could go back and do it again, would they? Next, research the occupation's median pay, the level of education needed, number of jobs available, and the job outlook. To do this, a great online resource is the Occupational Outlook Handbook through the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics. It includes specifics on what someone in that occupation does, what the work environment is like, and lists the requirements for education, licenses, and certifications for that field. It also contains direct links to learn more about similar occupations. The next step in the process is to consider if the specifics that you found about a particular occupation fit with the things you identified as important in your personal assessment. If the answer is no, perhaps you should explore other occupations on the site. You can also access other governmental resources like ONET and My Next Move. So, after you've researched the industries and understand the occupations that you're interested in pursuing, you should now look at other ways to smartly continue your pursuit based on your current situation. Here are 3 things you can do while in school to increase your knowledge and experience. First, be a career pathway concentrator. This usually means taking 2 to 3 classes to get a more specific, in-class, and hands-on exposure for this pathway. Annually, only 39% of CareerTech education students nationwide are concentrators, so by choosing to go this route, you're putting yourself in a better position than most students. Additionally, according to ACTE, the Association for Career and Technical Education, there are measurable benefits over non-concentrators. As a concentrator, you're more likely to graduate on time, enroll in post-secondary education, and earn more money over the long term. The second thing you can do is start or join a CareerTech student organization chapter at your school. Participate, network, run for a leadership position, and compete in the events. All of this will help you gain experience and will look great on a college application or resume. Skills USA is a great CTSO option for students in the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics cluster. Membership in Skills USA will broaden your technical skills while also improving your soft skills, such as teamwork, leadership, and communication. And lastly, talk to the work-based learning representative at your school about a WBL opportunity with a local organization or business to gain hands-on experience in your field of interest. Focus on enhancing your hard and soft skills in this role while being an asset to your employer. By doing so, this employer may hire you full-time or serve as a reference as you begin to apply for college or other jobs. By being proactive and taking advantage of the CareerTech infrastructure in your school and community, you'll be gaining experience and standing out from those that are not. So there's a look into CareerTech education and the Transportation, Distribution, and Logistics career cluster. We hope you found this video helpful and that it gives you a deeper understanding of the job opportunities available, the skills and experiences that you need to attain in this field, and the things that you need to consider when choosing a career pathway and occupation. Thanks for joining us at CareerTech, and a special thanks to the certified CareerTech teachers that assisted in building this lesson. And we ask you to please share CareerTech with the CareerTech colleagues in your school, community, and on social media. We'll see you next time.